Hello, welcome back to Sabretooth and Nethemba, where we care about your security. It's Try Hack Me Tuesday. My webcam has broken. It is literally dead. So I'm having to use the inbuilt one on the laptop. Quality is not too bad actually, but I may update if I, well, I will update at some point. So today we're going for LazyAdmin for easy. It's meant to take 45 minutes. The reason I'm doing this one is because the last few have been a little bit awkward. We've had Joker on Hack the Box. We've had Haircut on Hack the Box. Not too bad. Cold Box here. Not too bad. Break Me. Nearly did break me. Etc. Etc. We've had some tricky ones. Racetrack as well was quite fun. So I thought I'd just, before we go into the madness of a hard box on Hack the Box, which will be Friday I think, let's just try something a little bit more simple. Rick has been in touch. He said, although this is a 45-minute box, I should be able to do it in about 20 if I do get everything right straight off. We'll see. But that isn't my challenge. My challenge today, if I choose to accept, is to do this without Metasploit and without, give me a second, without Metasploit and without any public exploit. So I don't even want to check search exploit just in case the title of a possible exploit gives me a hint. You know, if it says like there's RFI, then I'll know what to do manually, and I want to avoid that as much as I can. So Nmap has just been the fastest, most aggressive scan, and then all ports aggressive here, and we've got two ports open, 80 and 22, so that's web and SSH, which is pretty standard I think for a box like this. Let's make sure my recording's going okay. It seems to be. Yeah, the quality of the cam isn't too bad. So where do we start? Port 80, 143, 100. That's not a difficult one to remember. Okay, so we're on an Apache default page, so we're going to run robots on this. Which doesn't exist, which means we are down to a directory. Brute force. Fun times. How novel and unique. I've never seen this before. Right. GoBuster. I mean, really I should be using dir search as well because of the extensions on the last one that we did, Haircut. So we'll give it the U flag. We'll give it the W flag for wordless. We're going to go back to tools. I should really do a symlink to my wordless, I suppose, because I've got to keep going through tools, wordless, setlist, discovery, web, and then if I can get straight here, it'd be much easier. Let's do wrap. I've not done that for a while. Let's do the small one, I think. Give it 100 threads as well. And just see what this pulls out. It doesn't exist. Okay, wrap, small. Words dot text. There we go, got there in the end. Oh wow. Okay, let me stop this. There's a lot of 403 happening. 403 forbidden. It does search, it does return anything with this code, but because there's so many of them, I will try and remove that code. So we give it the S flag to show which ones we actually care about. And really, I think what I'm going to do is just take this whole list except for 403. And run it with that. And now you see it doesn't have all these 403 responses. We've got something here, content. I didn't even see that. Let's take a look on content, see what we find. Like I said, probably I should do dir search as well. I'll do it in a second. I'll do it. If I don't find anything in content, I'll do it in a second. Okay, we've got sweet rice. It looks like a CMS, which it is. So let's try admin or admin.php or whatever it is. I'm not sure where the admin panel is. Okay. Fine. Fine. So let's just make a note of this. GoBuster shows which is sweet rice CMS. Okay, we're happy with that. I mean, technically, I could always run GoBuster on this again to find more directories within the CMS. Yeah, that's the only thing it's found. Let's do that. Okay, it seems to have quite a few this time. Images.js, attachment, ink for includes, themes. I'm not sure about the dot. And AS, I'm not sure about either. Some of these are obvious, some are not. Let's just wait for this to finish. Normally I would say let's carry on, but it's on 85%, so it's not going to take long from 96%, is it? There we go. Fantastic. Let's make a note of this. Okay, let's get down these in order. Images, JS, attachment. So images. We've got sitemap.xsl. We can grab that. So the sitemap. Doesn't seem to have anything interesting. Okay, well, let's move that. Let's go to JS. What's the next? JS script, sweet rice. Okay. Yeah, I'm not battling through that. That's from Google. This is the functionality. Check email, do lang, do theme. Okay, that's fine. This is where it initializes, I guess. It just starts a new instance. And yeah, whatever that is as well. Fair enough. Attachment was the next. Nothing in there. Okay, let's get back to our list. We've done the first three. Ink, themes, dot. The dot's interesting because of 200. Let's do that one first. Okay, it's just the main thing. Fine. Oh, of course it is, because it's similar to that's current directory, that's previous directory. See? Fine. What was the ink and then themes? Okay, if we grab any 404 page like database.php, it probably won't show anything because PHP is the backend language. So unless it actively prints something to page, or there's something here which is not in the PHP block, it's not going to show anything. As you can see. So we can ignore this. We've got a cache directory with a database. We'll grab that, I think. This doesn't look like anything important here, but we've got it if we need it. Font lang htaccess.text, not important. Latest.txt, that's the version. MySQL backup. Okay, we've got a database file here. Interesting. Let's grab that one. Okay, this looks like it could be interesting. Let's just take a look here. So this is it creating the tables, the attachment table in the database. It's creating comment, it's creating item, and so on. So this is just creating the tables. This is actually where it inserts data. So let's take a look. Global setting, LazyAdmin. LazyAdmin's website, author, LazyAdmin, title, keywords, description, admin. We've got admin here, manager, password, hash. Interesting. Welcome to, thank you for your install, blah, blah, blah. Tip for basic. Okay, it looks like we will grab this actually. I need to update my notes though. So open directories, lead us to, actually, I'm going to put that in there and grab a copy of this, lead us to here. Don't you dare. I did not mean to click that. There we go. Which contains, amongst other things, so we actually have this password hash, which if it's 32 characters long, could be MD5. Let's go to CrackStation and see what comes up here. If we could use John the Ripper, we could use Hashcat, but this is just as easy for things like MD5. Password 123. Okay. So let's just actually grab a thingy and do that. And then we can just literally paste that. CrackStation. So we have a username, either admin or manager, and a password here. What we don't have is anywhere to enter it. So where actually did we get to? Themes and AS. I might have to do another brute force, except all these directories are open, so themes. How dare you, sir? Go away. Again, we've got these PHP entries here and a config file. But that doesn't seem important right now. And finally, we've got AS. Admin panel, brilliant. So I reckon I should be able to use these credentials. Isn't admin? Okay. Probably use these credentials. Admin. Oh, it's got admin 2 there. Look, from when we was doing racetrack bank, sending things backwards and forwards. Password 123. Login failed. Manager password 123. Excellent. So far so good. Right. Okay. Fine. So, oh my god, all these options in over here. Take a look, see what we've got. Before I actually do anything, I just want to take a look to see what we have. So we can create a category. We can list and create a post. If we create a post, we can upload files here. So create post, you can upload files. Attachment, no. We've got the database password here. Not that we need it because we've already had access to that database file, the backup. I've not tried, the reason why I've not tried SSH with that password because I've not got a username. I don't think manager or admin will be a system user. Okay, plugin list. We can upload a plugin here, but it's only a zip file. Ads, no. Track, no. Links, Allows HTML entry, but probably not PHP entry. Nope. We should be able to upload a new theme, but it only supports zip. Can we change page code? We can change, maybe. Hang on, let's just see. Yeah, it looks like we changed page code. This is probably the way in Media Center, although we can upload files here as well. Okay, I know I've not gone through everything. Almost data import, SQL execute. Yeah, okay, I know I've not gone through everything, but there's quite a few places where I can upload, and I want to sort of start trying these, if that makes sense. So theme probably makes the most sense at the moment. Oh, well, other than, well, anywhere we can upload, really. So let's replace this with, let's go into CD shells. Go away. Since I move this, change this laptop over. Sorry, changed this laptop over. Why is that not finding it? What? Oh, I've done CD. Sorry, that's why it's not finding it. There we go. Idiot. Since I changed the laptop over, the keys are in a slightly different place. So as you can imagine, it's bugging me a little bit. Okay, so there's our PHP reverse shell, which we can set the THM IP and do that. So 10.14.102.67, which is correct. NC LVP1234. So we'll save that. And it's given us the actual template page here. So I'm guessing I can just go there and get a shell this way. Lovely, fantastic. So I may have just been able to upload a PHP file or something like that, but this way worked. This way worked. So I'm not complaining too much. Fine, we're going to copy this link. We can go to there and update the theme with a PHP shell, and then visit the page to execute. Works nicely. Good. So let us, we are www data. Let's go into home. Let's go into IT guy. And let's see if we can cat this user.txt file. Brilliant. So we've got our first flag. This actually is a very simple machine so far, which is what I was expecting. It's quite nice to do something a little bit on the easier side. Just like to keep checking, make sure this webcam's not dying as well. It's inbuilt, so it shouldn't be. First flag gained. So the question is now, do we just limpies and be done? Or do we actually take a look at what else is inside this directory and see if we can do it manually? We've got backup.pl straight off here. We've got MySQL login as well. Let's check this backup.pl file. It says system sh etc copy sh. Let's slsl. So this backup file is run as root. I kind of wonder whether it's on a cron job. Because why would a file which is owned by root be in IT guys folder unless the cron job is running that? I would like to actually check that out. I'm not going to get limpies, but I am going to get psby. it's a 64-bit system. So can we actually write here? No, we can't. So we're going to go into temp, and we're going to wget http 10.14.102.67 on port 80 slash pspy64. We need to set this up from our end by going into cd privs scripts, and then we're going to run Python 3 module http server on port 80, and that means that everything in this directory, that's not right, mission denied. Let's give it a sudo then. That means that everything in this directory is now being made available on port 80. So we'll download this file. We're going to change the mode of this file to executable, and we are going to run, oh, hang on a minute. Is it timeout? Yes. If you run it without timeout, then the only way to kill pspy then would be to kill the actual whole shell, which kind of sucks. We don't want that. So we're going to do timeout 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. And then we're going to run pspy64. I think we might need to do that with this. Okay, that didn't work. Huh. Interesting. Did not expect that. Okay, so I mean, we could just, I suppose we can assume that it's a cron job, but it might not be. We can always try getting the 32-bit version. I'm not entirely sure that runs on a 64-bit system, but it's rather intriguing that it wasn't able to grab that. Oh, maybe it is a 32-bit system. Oh, of course it is. Yeah, I686 or whatever it was. Am I an idiot? Of course it is a 32-bit system. It didn't say 86_64, did it? I'm dumb. That's my own fault. But anyway, at least you know if you upload something with the wrong architecture, you can just try the other one, and it probably works. I don't know. I'm just dumb. It happens every now and again. A couple of videos ago, I was trying to do the Python import to get the TTY shell, and I just forgot to put the quotes around it. I was like, why isn't this working? Having said that, I was under a 30-minute challenge time pressure, so things like that I can just let slip every now and again. This doesn't seem to be a cron job at the minute, but whether it will be by the time this ends or not, I don't know. Let's have a look at that again. Here. Yeah, exactly, and it's not a SUID either. Root can read and write. Everybody else can just read, but and execute. If I execute this, what does that mean? I mean, it runs system etc copy.sh. Well, let's make a copy of that. Lol. I don't know what etc copy.sh actually does though. I'll check that out in a second. Okay, so let's cat etc copy.sh. Oh, that is just a reverse shell. What? Really? Okay, so if I edit that to my IP, it's in etc there. That will not be editable, will it? Or will it? I mean, lsl etc copy.sh. Oh, it is. What? It's writable by me. Okay, that's done. Fine. So I can put anything I want in there. I'm guessing because that other program is owned by root and I've got execute rights, it executes as root. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do echo who am I into, in fact I'll just put it, yeah, I'll just put it into etc copy.sh like that .sh and then hang on, let me update my notes. So this is overwritable, which is really dumb. So although I probably can't run this directly, yeah, as www data, but if I go back into home, who was it? Home, wherever, and then run, right, hang on. Right, if I do etc copy.sh, it runs. If I do etc copy.sh, it does that. If I run backup.pl, I'm still www data. Okay, so I can overwrite it, but it doesn't really do a great deal. I'm going to get limpies on here. I'll just try a sudo l. Oh, I can run it as sudo. Fine. Fine. Should have checked that first, shouldn't I? Still, at least I didn't forget. I just did it backwards. I found the scripts first and then found the sudo later. So I guess I could just do sudo perl backup.pl. Thank you for that. Python command import pty spawn to get a tty shell. We'll do a bin bash. There we go. So we'll try it one more time. It's asking for a password. So maybe instead of that, because it says no password, I should do the full path. Okay, sudo root. Right, so I am not root, but I can run this program as root is what it's telling me. So all I need to do is replace that reverse shell which was originally in it with my own IP, I guess. This one. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to do, I'll keep the port the same though. 10, 14, 102, 67. Echo. Can I put all of that into etc? What was it called? Copy.sh. I can. And then I will try running this again as sudo. Obviously it didn't copy right. It's cat etc copy.sh. It did, probably is because I've not got a listener running, right? So that's fine. I didn't think I needed a listener for this to run successfully. Obviously I wouldn't get a shell, but I thought it would still at least run. but obviously not the case. So we will grab this to show what I've just done. We're going to start a listener on NC LVP. What was it? 55? I can't remember. 5554. Try running this again. Where it is. There it is. Ba, 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 ba. That runs no problem. And in our other window, we get this shell here. We're done, guys. That's it. Easy one. But that was the idea. So, and I didn't use any scripts now, any exploits. Now, let me just double check what there would have been if I'd have gone for something rice. What was it? It was something rice, but I don't know what. Sweet rice. Yeah, okay, so remote file inclusion, multiple arbitrary file download, file upload, backup disclosure, CSRF, PHP code execution. Okay, so there would have been a few ways in if we'd used this, at least for version 151, which is what we had. So I'm kind of happy that we didn't have to do that. Thank you for the extra challenge on that one, Rick. It wasn't really very challenging, but appreciate it regardless. Let's not waste time. Let's just get this finished. Get rid of you and you. We're not using Burp Suite or anything. We have been, what, just over half an hour? Well, about half an hour if you think that it takes a minute for the IP to arrive. So yeah, that's pretty good going. Pretty good going. Nothing too complicated here. Good one for beginners, this. Very good one for beginners. I might make that the title of the box, you know, like the title of the video. Beginners start here or something. And that's it. We are there. Not much to say about this one. Thank you so much for joining, though. No, I don't want to do that. Ooh. And there we are. So we're going to terminate the machine and leave the room if that's not already sort of done. Fantastic. So thank you for joining. Please leave a like if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Good news on that front, in the fact that for the first time since the channel started in April, there are more people watching who are subscribed than who are not subscribed. So thank you very much for that. And it's about 52, I think it's 52%, and then 48% of the people who weren't subscribed. So if we can maybe get more people subscribed, that'd be fantastic as well. If there's another nearly 50% of you who are not yet there, please visit Nethemba.com for all your pen testing needs. And I'll see you for Hack the Box Friday. Goodbye.